What was your initial reaction when you saw Arizona's name pop up there in the Lubbock Regional?
It's the best day of the year for me. It's a tremendous accomplishment to be in the NCAA Tournament. You look at the number 1 and number 2 national seeds were not in the NCAA Tournament last year. Programs like Miami, South Carolina left off the board. That just tells you how awesome this is, and I'm really proud of our players and our team. They absolutely deserved it. Wire to wire, great season. Survived the bumps in the road, and we're really excited to be playing. And it's great that we played there and have some background on the facility and all of that. So we couldn't be happier.
A little bit of deja vu, given your seat, but specifically your opponent.
Matt Diggs, the coach there, texted me like 10 seconds after it was released. It was like, here we go again. And I had enough of those guys in the 2 games we played there in Louisiana last year. So it was a great opponent, Southland champ. I actually thought, just kind of looking at the national landscape, that they would win that tournament. So I'm not totally surprised about that. And we're already into it, trying to figure out a little more about their team this year.
They have a lot of the same guys, it seems like. So what kind of the game plan last year, and when you face a guy like Heath Donica, like you'll probably get on Friday again?
Good pitcher, downhill angle, very polished, multiple pitches for strikes, and we're going to have to take tough at bats. It's going to be a case of our ability to wear them down. Hopefully we'll be ready to do that. I know our players will be locked in, and like we talked about yesterday, of just playing at a pitch at a time and being totally immersed in what we're doing will be key in our chances to be successful against a good pitcher like Heath.
Having prepped for and faced the same team last year, can you use some of those old scouting reports, or do you just start from scratch because it's a new year?
I personally start from scratch. I think there's some things that mentality-wise, team-wise, that you can take and go, this is what this team and this program is about, which is a lot of good things. And I think that we'll use those to our advantage. But you really gotta go blank slate. Look at what they did in the Southland tournament in the last couple games of the regular season, because that's where their players are at right now. So I think it's probably a combination of both.
Will you watch your games against them from last year?
Probably, yeah, probably. Especially in terms of, if we're facing a pitcher that we saw in one of those 2 games last year.
You also have someone start on Tech and someone start on Delaware.
What we do is we have a process of doing this. Like today is my favorite day of the year, because you are taking 3 teams and breaking them down as far as trying to collect reports, video, all of those types of things. And then what we'll do is I'll put all of my focus on Sam Houston State. And then we'll have everything in the database on the other 2 opponents, Texas Tech and Delaware. And we'll slowly start getting ourselves prepared for those teams as well. I really believe in not getting too far ahead of yourself. I like playing in tournaments in the regular season because it does simulate this. So we've already had this with Arkansas, Oklahoma State, and Nebraska. It was a very regional type feel. Forces our staff to do things that we're going to do this week to get our players ready to go.
What do you remember about your previous trip to Lubbock this season?
A very good team. There's no getting around that. Good offense. Tim Tadlock is one of the best coaches in college baseball. They have a great crowd, fan atmosphere there that is very home field-ish. But when you're in the NCAA tournament and you're going on the road, that's going to be the case no matter where you go. We saw 2 of those last year at Louisiana and at Mississippi State. So great program. I think our players are excited about the opportunity, and I think we're a much improved team in terms of where our players are at mentally and role-wise than when we went in there. I think it was the 12th or 13th game of the season.
Were they comparable to anyone else that you saw this year or even last year?
I think Pac-12, Big 12, a little bit different brand of baseball. I thought their offense was dynamic. They can score a lot of different ways. Speed, power, solid hitting skills. I think and again, I don't even think we can address them until we address the first game. I just think we're in a better position with our pitching to be in position to have a chance to be successful, where in that particular week, you know, you get an RPI win against Arkansas, who's a regional host, RPI win against Oklahoma State, Big 12 champion, tournament champion, you know, fourth game in 5 days. We weren't in a great position going in there to be successful. And, you know, I just think we're in a way better place right now.
What was it, just